Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fellow Shakers, one and all, wonderful to see you. Conference, marvellous to be here. Sorry, just at the podium, it makes you think you're at the Free Trade Hall or something like that. That dates me. I'm Chris Bainbridge, the Bard of Bury. Honoured to have been asked to come and share a few words with you this evening. And as I did last year, there'll be one or two that you may have heard from last year, but there's one that you certainly won't have heard because I only wrote it last night. I'll say that till the end. But these pieces of work are loosely called poems, and they're about football and our love of the game and our love of Bury FC and Bury AFC, more important, more to the point, certainly for us the last 4 years or so. This one's about sacred spaces, which are very important to all of us. Imagine a place that's not like any other. Imagine a football club where the magic's undercover, that smiles at you in secret like the whisper of a lover, and shakes you warmly by the hand just like a long-lost brother. Where the other grass looks greener, you surprisingly discover, welcome to our place. And even in a new land, you can see our history's trace. White shirts of connections as your pulse begins to race. Mystery in the masonry and smiles on every face. Dancing in the floodlights, we will make our sacred space. Expect the unexpected in the darkness of the night. Look beyond the obvious and you may see the light, where football folk still walk the streets to stand up for the rights of those beloved Shakers, still fighting the good fight. You will find against all odds that our hope's still burning bright. Welcome to our place. Thank you. Thank you. It's just like being in a fell end really, but without the music. Yeah? Am I right? Alright. Somebody a few years ago, well one or two people a couple of years ago said we were just a pub team. Remember? So I wrote this. We're just a pub team in a farmer's field, giving people hope. They stole our club and trashed our name, thought we'd never cope. We're taking back the game we love, now we're here to stay. Our love is strong, we'll sing our song forever and a day. Hooray, hooray, the Whites are here to stay. We're taking back the game we love, AFC all the way. Sometimes when life is full of strife and days seem filled with hate, the lovely game can keep us sane and give us some escape. This team in white will see us right and help us rise above. Our family is AFC, so come to where you're loved. Hooray, hooray, the Whites are here to stay. Just a pub team in a farmer's field, AFC all the way. Thank you. Did they tell you similar cost tax? Yeah, we saw that, didn't we? This one's called Gig Lane. Right, some people got obsessed with Gig Lane, didn't they? It's understandable, you know what I mean? This is called Gig Lane. Nothing in life lasts forever. Troubled or treasured, things change. We've been through the hard times together while Bury were not at Gig Lane. Despicable villains conspired to tarnish our past and our name. The EFL stood by and watched them, and we said goodbye to Gig Lane. I know there's more problems than football. Some countries are shrouded in flames, and as for this hostile environment, as a citizen I feel ashamed. We sometimes take leave of our senses and choose the wrong people to blame. It's pointless to keep building fences while Bury were not at Gig Lane. At Salford don't play at the Willers. The AJ Bell's just not the same. Bolton said farewell to Burnley, and Bury were not at Gig Lane. The darkest nights seem to get longer, but now we rebuild once again. But our club must be kinder and stronger when we all return to Gig Lane. Ta. Can we do one more? One? There's one enough? Yeah, one. This is the new one. Alright, one more. Last one from me for this evening, and then you can really start to enjoy yourselves. Alright. This is called Berries for the Many. This club is for the many, not just for the few. No longer them and us, it's more like me and you. White, black, Muslim, atheist or Jew. Berries for the many, not just for the few. Ever since we've started, we've struggled and we strived in the face of opposition to keep our dream alive. Of all those things we've learned, we will hold on to our message. We're welcoming, inclusive, and we'll always be progressive. Berries for the many, not for just a few. Men, women, children, just like me and you. However you identify, whatever name you use, berries for the many, not for just a few. While some forever bitter our achievements may ignore, they won't erase this history, for we all know the score. The AFC is a family, and we won't run and hide, so sing the songs, wave the flags and wear your shirts with pride. In Welsh we trust, the motto, in defence and in attack. We're walking down the Manny Road, but we aren't going back to days when little parasites were always on the take, selling our inheritance for pennies they could make. We learned a painful lesson from the criminals and cheats, no matter what they've thrown at us, still standing on our feet. We've shown we won't be beat, so now let's all repeat. Berries for the many, not just for a few. Old and young together, just like me and you. Berries for the many, not just for a few. Berries for the many. The future's white and blue. Thank you so much. Shakers, have a lovely evening. See you in the summer. Bye.
To the 22-23, 22-23 Bury AFC End of Season Awards. The second of its iteration and last, is the last Bury AFC? Yes, no, maybe, who knows. But we're here tonight to look back at the 22-23 season that pretty much had it all: joy, despair, cup runs, there's even something called a home game, whatever that is. But plenty to look back and celebrate, and most importantly, two table-topping sides, with Jake Thompson leading his side for the Division 1 South title, and the men topping the disciplinary table, clearly inspired by Joe Denby Wrestling, and Ben Lawton also starting his own Sinbin Army. Both town here to combined for 215 goals in total, which obviously goes to show how much talent is on show week in, week out, and says a lot about the long ball game. But 215 is also the amount of amalgamation votes I thought it was going to take for the merge to actually happen, so thankfully it only took the 2. But as I said, plenty to celebrate this evening, and even the last couple of weeks and recent events even more. So to take this opportunity to really look back and savour and enjoy the key moments in not only the season just gone, but the last 4 years as well. That there's a lot to be proud of in this room, an extra incentive for me to keep things short. And because there is so much to enjoy, and because apparently it's a rule to, when it comes to football in Bury, you've got to have 2 sides that put on a good face in public. It's key to have Adam Clark alongside me to help me through, and obviously Adam is slightly roles reversed tonight. It's usually Luke leading the mic, and so far maybe it looks should have been you going forward. Obviously a lot to look forward to next year, a lot of questions, a lot of intrigue, but the most important question is, will the orange cap return?
I think it will. It's in place tonight. There we go. But no, as you said there, Andy, plenty to look back on from the season, and let's get going.
Absolutely, and that will go to the first award of the evening, which will be the Volunteer of the Year award, which will be presented by Casey Lynchy.
Thank you. It's a great honour, but utter heartbreak, that I stand here tonight to present the Bury AFC First Volunteer of the Year award. We decided last year that with a club as special as ours, powered by an army of dedicated volunteers, we could not pick out a single person to be rewarded, because it would be an impossible task. However, it is with utter sadness that one special volunteer has been picked out for us this year. One of the most dedicated, loyal, committed and passionate Bury fans and volunteers that you could ever meet, who was sadly taken from our football family just last week. The award for Volunteer of the Year goes to Mandy Freeman. We had planned that for the end, but that's great. It should have done that as well. There can't be many people, if any, in this room and in the whole Bury AFC and Bury FC community who don't know or know of Mandy. Through her treasured volunteer role on the tunnel at the Newven, where she could proudly usher out the boys with her unfading smile. As a lifelong Bury fan, she told me personally how AFC had brought her just as much joy over these past few years, and being an active and valued part of the club in a number of capacities was an honour to her. Mandy loved nothing more than watching the lads home and away, and I know she was devastated not to make the Isle of Man trip. When I visited her in hospital last Tuesday, she was giddy when I told her the boys would be visiting her too, and she had her phone beside her, ready for a selfie. We all know she had a particular soft spot for Adam. She would get down to Unsworth to watch the women's matches as much as possible too, and also volunteer to help at these, collecting rubbish and even putting away the goals on occasions. She loved getting to know the girls when lots of her teams went to Barcelona together last year, and she was up on stage drinking and dancing with them into the early hours, but we won't mention the karaoke. Mandy was also one of our proud Her Game 2 advocates alongside Sam and Nicola, another role she took really seriously, and she was also part of the heritage and fundraising committees. I know the bond she had with the other female club volunteers and fans was extremely strong. Everyone just loved Mandy. To say she had Bury through her veins would be an understatement. She loved and breathed the club. I first met Mandy 4 years ago when I had set up the women's vets team, and she was one of our earliest members. I'll never forget her proud face when she put on a shirt for her very first match, and amazed, I never thought I'd ever be a Bury player myself. She was part of a generation who had never had the chance to kick a ball, but she relished the opportunity to learn. She played for our Maroon recreational team, where she was treasured dearly by her coaches and teammates. Mandy soon became one of our most committed members, who wouldn't miss a thing and would do anything to turn up for our matches, club events, fundraisers and trips. Those of you who know the story about Mandy and our first club football tour to Marbella will verify that. Everyone had a soft spot for Mandy because she was the most kind, friendly, thoughtful and happy soul you could ever meet. The heartwarming messages flooded over social media in this last week are testament to that. She even made the Manchester Evening News. She'd have laughed at that too. And she would have been overwhelmed with the outcome of the merger vote last week. Like most, she wanted nothing more than to see the Bury football community reunited and to get back to Gig Lane. So please join me in raising a glass to our Volunteer of the Year, but more than that, a Bury legend with a heart of gold, to Mandy.
Thank you, Casey. And the next award, if we can bring up the entire Women's Elite team, and Jane Williams, please. And please, those who are presenting the award, please come up to the table beside us. Yeah, somehow.
What's Harry doing on the stage? That's isn't it? Yeah, a lot narrower. I just thought James would push her back and I'll lift it and I'll see him.
Right, before we get started with the awards and someone falls off this stage, Jake will just talk a bit about the season. Obviously another successful season, obviously back-to-back title winning side. Just sort of, how do you put words to that?
No, not really. I'll be honest, I expected it. Me and Steve sat down last summer after success. We knew we needed to bring in a couple of new faces, but we had a core group from the season before. We made it clear last year before the start of pre-season that we're in this league to go and win it and get promoted again. And I can't fault this group of girls on the stage here because that's exactly what they've done. So yeah.
And looking at the season as a whole, obviously there was a lot of probably crazy moments in it. Can you maybe pinpoint one that was maybe the most important?
It's tough to pinpoint one. I mean, in terms of, I suppose, the conversation me and Steve had on the way to a game and how it changed on the way home, the Chester away was probably kind of the big turning point. Riddled with injuries, stretched squad, players come back into the squad that hadn't played for a few months just due to other commitments. And we went away to Chester. Started very well, they got back into the game, it was 2-2. And it was the skipper that scored the third to make it a hat-trick. And I think that drive home was kind of, me and Steve spoke, we always believed in the squad, but I think it kind of sent belief through through the girls that were there on the day, the girls that were sat at home following it on Twitter, and that kind of kick-started the end of the season to go and clinch the trophy.
Perfect. That was exactly the answer I was expecting, because you told me about half an hour ago in the bar. We will move to the first award, which is Mark. Players player. I mean, I don't have the information in front of me, so this is going very well. And
which will be introduced by Sam Harmon and Sue Owen.
Evening everyone, Sue and I will be kicking off the awards for our amazing women's teams and players. I'm sure everyone will agree, another fantastic season they've had. We are all proud of each and every one of you and everybody that's involved. The team are champions 2 years running and you have absolutely smashed it, so well done to all of you. Well, that's all to say to announce the winner.
I mean, what a team. It could be any of you, but I'm delighted to announce that the Players' Player of the Year is Rachel Henry.
To introduce the Goal of the Season award will be Nicola Carr and Sarah Beckwith.
I think you'll all agree we've got an amazing set of ladies here, so it's been a really hard choice for the goal of the season. We've had some beauties against Wythenshawe, Runcorn, Alder and Chester. And the women's goal of the season goes to Emily Owens.
Roach Valley Radio Player of the Season award, and that will be presented by Adam Clark.
I'll try not to break the speakers. So this award is obviously something we did last year as well, and to sort of progress it on into a second season. It was a tough debate between a few of our team to make this decision, but the player that we've chosen has come into the team in the last 12 months and has taken to it really well. And the Roach Valley Radio Player of the Season is Izzy Coulson.
The next award is the Club Woman of the Year, and that's presented by Kath Kenyon and Kirsty Green.
Right, the Club Woman of the Year is Kim Burst.
To introduce the Manager's Player of the Year, and apologies for getting the manager, Jake Williams.
Like I did last year, to be honest, I suppose asked the staff for their input. I think it's just as important as mine. This player, though, again, like they said about the players, could have gone to a number of players, but this player for us this season has kind of stepped up, done exactly what she needs to do for the team, played in a number of positions, shaked her head every time I've asked her to play in a different position, and especially when it comes to the end of the season, where we've asked her to go in the sticks for one game. So, this is skipper Rachel Henry.
Somebody who's should be in a medium this thing is more than
Right, so it's been a long wait for this moment. I can see Steve looking at the trophy just there. So I'll just stand in the middle. We'll do it this way. Obviously at the end of the season, if you were there, the A trophy was presented to the girls. We'll just say that it was a better one, Steve. I'll back you on that. But some of the volunteers are going to present the girls with the trophies that they've got and the league trophy itself.
And they pay less towards the league. Yeah, lunchtime. We'll be on the FA website lunchtime.
Season as a whole, what's your overarching sort of emotion and feeling back of the 22-23 season?
Obviously, a bit gutted because we win things in a row. For me, when I was a player, now a manager, for me, seasons are about winning stuff. So it's a little bit disappointing, but you know, looking back on the season now, I think there's so many fantastic memories for the football club, for me personally as a manager, for the players as well. You know, to play 60 games in a season, but to still have the fans chanting players' names, chanting my names, chanting you know, the football club's names is what it's all about. And like I said, I think you know, the tribute to Mandy there tonight, she's a story for when, you know, she's been watching Bury all her life. And what we have to recognise as a football club is that it's a community club, and that's part of our history now. You know, they're memories that, you know, Isle of Man away and, you know, York at home. I'll get to it now, obviously.
Isle of Man away by any chance?
Yeah, Isle of Man away. Obviously, like you say, a challenging season at times and difficult, but that must have been a special moment, that embrace after that game with the fans and that sort of whole trip in general. That must have been right up there with one of the special moments of the season. Without a doubt, because, you know, you're talking about a club at the level we're at, travelling with so many fans, and you know, we lost the game, and they're still chanting our name, and so, you know, it was just a great moment, because it was one of them where we knew that, you know, the dream was all going up, but I think it showed the community spirit of the football club that we've all come this far together, that, you know, let's celebrate that fact, and listen, you know, for us for next season, those memories are ingrained in our head, and we want to make sure that we're not in that situation again.
And obviously it's important to take that time away now, spend it with the loved ones, but we're just looking forward to next season already.
Yeah, listen, when things like this happen, you just want to, you know, get straight back into it, and you know, the players probably don't want to hear that, but I'm ready to go straight away if we could next week. But you know, it takes a lot of planning, and a lot of planning went in, not just from the, you know, the staff point of view into last season, but, you know, there was a lot of postponed games during the season, and, you know, the volunteers were absolutely outstanding. I remember even away at Isle of Man, you know, Cara was, you know, running around trying to get things sorted, and, you know, she was absolutely brilliant. You know, Marcel as well. And it's not easy to run a football club, but I'll be honest, I think, you know, our volunteers have made it look easy. And with that, can we bring up all the men's elite team onto the stage, please? To introduce the first award is the Players Player with David Hutton and Luke Christian.
Season. We've been behind them all the way, and it's an honour to you know, give this presentation to the player. And the winner for Players Player.
Well, he's the Barber of Bury.
for the Up the Shakers Player of the Year award will be introduced by Mark Lomas.
Good evening. Just to let you understand why we get to this point. Now, the message board has every game we do a player of the game. Sometimes I get it wrong and it's always give me more. But what happens is if you get the player of the game, you get 3 points.
Secondly, can I thank everyone in this room who takes the time to actually vote for the players. It's one of those things, people have to do it, and it's brilliant, so thank you. So I'm going to hand you over to Sam, who's going to announce the runner-up.
I'd just like to quickly say it's a pleasure to be here. It's an honour to present this award. Well done to both teams, men and women. Round of applause, please. The winner of the runner-up for Player of the Season goes to Connor Comber.
Thank you very much. Now, Nigel and Sheila here. They didn't listen to it, so can you come up please, because Nigel and Sheila want to get our winners award.
Okay, before we get the award, I never actually move anything on the pitch. They're outstanding. So, without further ado, I'll hand you over to Sheila.
And the winner is Joe Denman.
Is the Rose Valley Radio Award, and that will be presented by Maurice Dixon and Neil Clark.
Jack Atkinson.
Is it? That's better, there you go. You'd think your commentator would know it too. It's all part of the act. You'd think a commentator would know how to work a mic, wouldn't you? Right, Roach Valley Radio, we cover every game home and away, and it's an enormous privilege for those of us who do commentate to actually be involved. We get to know most of the players quite well, and it's a real honour. The Roach Valley Radio runner-up Player of the Year. If I said this guy could wet the bed and still keep a clean sheet, it can only be Mr. Jack Atkinson. finish, there is one person that's not with us tonight who would absolutely love the fact that Jack has picked up that award, and that is John Atkinson. John Atkinson was a real Bury AFC supporter, and he's much missed. This is for you, John.
Gotta write it down. I'm getting old. Alright, I'm getting old. First of all, before I present the award for Roach Valley Radio's Player of the Season, I've got to mention the commentary team. So Adam Clark, Andy Smythe, Joe Heaton, Matthew Holmes, Maurice Dixon, myself on a couple of occasions, and two special mentions to players Jimmy Moore and Joe Deadman for coming up to the plate and supporting us when we needed them. Now, what can I say? It's been a real pleasure the last 3 years. Got to know so many more Bury fans that I didn't really know other than to nod to. Let's go back to Gig Lane, but let's make sure this carries on. It's got to carry on. What we've had for the last 3 years has been probably the best 3 years for watching football in my life. So I want you all to carry on and do what you've been doing. That's the volunteers, supporters, everyone. Now, Roach Valley Radio's Player of the Season. What can I say? I'm sure you'll understand. Andy, is he your man? Yeah. Fans, got to ask you, is he better than Zidane? Roach Valley Radio Player of the Season, Harry Brazil.
Goal of the Season award, and I'll be introduced by Cara Taylor and Anthony Hayes.
Hello. When I first got asked to present this award, I genuinely thought it was a joke because I've only been following this team since January, but it really has changed my life. From the fans, the volunteers and the players, everyone's interacted with me and give back to me what I give to them, and it's really made me have more hope in my life. And I just want to give special mentions to MJ Monaghan, Adam McWilliam, Andy Welsh. They all reached out to me and they've just been sound as a pound, so right, let's get to it. I've also decided to get an extra prize for whoever's won the award, so you'll see it after.
So this award was voted online by all our members, and we were really pleased that so many took part because we were a bit worried that everyone might have voters fatigue from having to do a lot of tick boxes lately. So thank you everyone for voting.
And the winner is...
will be presented by Andy Walsh. And it's gone missing.
You're giving Adam the wrong trophy already. Adam, you're giving Adam the wrong trophy. You gave it one too early. So you could have blind before.
It's a bit of magic.
And the fans' player of the season goes to Harry Brazil! Speech, Harry. Oh, 7 now.
Harry, just take a step back. And
Come on, Harry, you've got to do one more interview before the season's out. 4 awards for yourself tonight. You've got to be pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, happy with that, mate.
Modest, isn't it?
I'm a bit embarrassed now, to be fair. But yeah. Yeah, I've played alright, I suppose. But,
looking to next season, looking to continue that?
yeah, hopefully, yeah. It's exciting times for the club and the town and all that, and all the lads seem to be excited. So.
And
I've just freshly conditioned it, I can't do that tonight. But no, yeah, it's exciting times, and yeah, I'm sure every lad on this stage wants to be part of that as well moving forward. So.
perfect. So we're going to have one more song. We've got Brazil.
The Bury AFC men's team of 22-23. Products on the field. There's also a lot of stuff that goes off the field, and to tell us a little bit more about that is the head of heritage, John Cranshaw.
We'll still sit down.
Hello? Is anybody out there? Hi guys. When you come on halfway through, usually all your material's been nicked, so I might be repeating myself a little bit here. I'll take it from the top. We've just witnessed the players, both elite teams, receiving awards for their commitment, which started the pre-season, completing the leagues, and of course the incredible cup runs. Not forgetting the managers, coaches, physios and fitness, who've all been together all the way. But a credit to the team. I'm sure I speak for everyone, every single one of us here tonight, and those unable to be here as well. We're truly thankful for what you have achieved and given us here. Thank you.
Is anybody for a repeat of the Isle of Man? That would be an ideal time. You're on your own. Congratulations to everybody in the teams. Well done. I am proud to have been part of the Heritage Committee, which consists of 19 members, and the fundraising group, which currently has 39. It's been challenging at times, but such a joy to work with all the volunteers, and I congratulate them. The achievements that everybody has made. Well done. Sometimes specific projects don't get portrayed how much time and effort has gone into them, and I doubt any of the heritage or fundraising groups would disagree that some specific people need mentioning individually. So from the Heritage Committee, firstly I nominate, I'm going to mention Pete Cullen, who took the task of going further than writing the official history of Bury FC. He has catalogued every single player that has represented the club, going into detail for each of their records. He is now collating every match report from game 1, scanning as many programmes as possible at his disposal. Pete also contributes to our programme with regular pieces, which leads us on to the production of our superb match day programme, a worthy award winner. So thanks go to Chris Saville for all his late nights, rescheduling issues before at the deadlines. Thank you. Contribution to the programme are also the match day photographs. We are blessed to have so many dedicated and gifted volunteer photographers. I think that deserves a round of applause. Now on to the fundraising group. Not only is this raising money being for the club, but also for our community. It's been mentioned before. We're now doing much more than ever been done before for our community. And the charity is close to our heart. The Pound for the Ground has been a massive success, and it's doing it again tonight. So please, get a ticket. This goes directly to the club and is well on its way to £23,000. So a massive thanks to everyone that has been involved and those who have contributed. That's you guys out there. Well done. That amount is part of the collective total raised, which stands at the moment of £85,000. This should rise to about maybe around £1,000 in the coming month. As you can see by the flyers that are on your tables, these are our future events. If you can support by attending, I'm sure you'll enjoy them. First to come is an evening with Ricky Tomlinson. I mention here for our organiser, Noreen Kershaw, who's not here unfortunately. She is stuck with getting this event, going through numerous cancellations, so thanks very much Noreen. Tickets are available to buy tonight if you want to buy them. And if Warren could stand up, he's been on before. We'll all know Warren, I can't see him. He's got the ticket, so if you want to purchase a cash ticket, please come and buy one. We're nearly sold out, aren't we, Warren? That's a yes. Sorry. There's also a bowls tournament in association with a local charity, which is Sam's Gift. If you wish to take home one of the table bottles, please see George. All we're asking for is a donation, and that donation will go through to Sam's Gift. And if you want to know anything more about that, I can tell you. And finally, Thank you. The second AFC Fun Day, which is in association with Team 1C, The charity formed in memory of Isla Hutton. During the day, there is a five-a-side tournament, and we're still looking for teams, so anybody who's interested in that, please see Marcel. Thank you. There's some guys coming over from, some guys and friends coming over from Mosley. We've also heard to the team, so please try some support that day. Details are on the flyer again on the tables. The group has achieved so much, and every single person has played a part. But I'm sure the group of volunteers won't object to the mention of individuals who have been instrumental to its success. These being Mark Lomas, Kirsty Green and Sam Harmon. Mark is an essential part of the Pound for the Ground. He's also involved in several of the planned events, a member of the flag team, and the groups that play a part of planning this night. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Deserves it. Kirsty can be found front of house on match days as a coordinator, welcoming the hospitality guests, directors and visiting players, coordinating a lot of our events behind the scenes and helping in hospitality. Thanks, Kirsty. You've done a sterling job. Now where to start with Sam. Pound for the Ground collector, event organiser, hospitality volunteer, Her Game 2 ambassador, and for many, an in-confidence ear to listen to everybody's woes, probably most of mine. You are truly, and I mean truly, an inspiration to many. Thanks, Sam. I know I've been going on a bit, but I think it's very important that I repeat things that have been said earlier. Lastly, like many, I was devastated to hear the news about our Mandy. A volunteer in many roles. It's been said, Heritage Committee, involved in fundraising events, part of the ladies' recreational team, Her Game 2, match day volunteer at the new event. Plus when we've been called on upon away games, she's along with many others that have stood there and got those games on. She was star of the Fun Bus away coaches and a friend to many. She epitomised the ethos of Bury AFC and dedicated her life to our club. So could I all ask you to stand and raise a glass in the memory of Mandy. Our Mandy. Thank you.
Let's keep that applause going. John puts in a hell of a lot of work all throughout the season and during the summer as well. So
I'm going to invite Jimmy Moore onto the stage as he'd like to say something on behalf of the squad.
To say on the pitch, but he's terrified of saying anything off it. A few unsung heroes in the room that we just wanted to reward. So basically, obviously the lads have been clients all year, and what we've done is that this season we've taken a little bit of money out of the kitty and we decided to reward John 1 and John 2 for keeping our kit exceptionally clean, exceptionally fresh.
The last little gift is for our physio. I don't think he's here tonight, unfortunately, because we had a right little ditty for him. But yeah, loves a rub. There you go. Got a sore ankle, yeah, come here, let me rub your groin. But I think Az is going to collect the incentive for him and pass it on down the line. So yeah, Vado, Darth Vado.
Thank you, Jimmy. And for the final speech of the night, it is, I can't remember who it was actually, Marcel de Matters.
So yeah, I'll keep this very, very brief because there's some serious drinking to be done and I don't want to keep from that. Just to echo the sentiments that have been described about Mandy. You know, that Mandy was truly one of the AFC family. She got involved with everything. She did it with an absolute smile. She was a pleasure to work with. We're going to miss her dearly. But what I hope is tonight, you do what Mandy would have done had she been here tonight and what she did last year, and is enjoy yourself, drink heavily, dance till the rest of the night. And just you know, don't go too far, drink sensibly, but you know, make sure everybody enjoys themselves tonight. So again, raise your glasses one last time to Mandy. Part of why we're here today is to do two things. One is celebrate the successes, but also to thank people for their efforts, because without the efforts of a whole spectrum of individuals within our club, we wouldn't exist. You know, we wouldn't be able to put games on a Saturday and a Sunday, and it's just simply down to everybody who's sat around this room. So thank you to everybody here. Successes. Clearly, we start with very AFC women, 2 titles on the trot, only 1 league defeat in 2 seasons. Can't get better than that. You know, if you've been to any, if you ever popped over to London to see any of the games, you'll see goals galore, you'll see double figures, you'll see a win nearly pretty much every match, and you can't get better than that. So hopefully, as we move into our next chapter next year, people will take the time to go down and watch the women's team, hopefully champions again. You've got to remember, we're now only 4 divisions off the Women's Super League, so you know we can dream, we can have ambition, but hopefully give the ladies a massive round of applause, please. So we go to our men's team, and as you can see, you know, in Andy's talk, there was some tinges of disappointment there. We didn't get promoted, but when you reflect upon it in a very pragmatic way, what you've got to look at is, you know, we got 83 points. 83 points last season would have had us in second place. We got to the fourth qualifying round of the FA Cup, only losing out by a solitary goal to York City. 4 divisions above, full-time professional team. We got to the quarter-finals of the FA Vars. You've got to look at this way. I don't know how many teams start in the Vars, but it's quite literally hundreds. We ended up in the last day being just on a solitary penalty. So 2 games away from Wembley. You know, if there'll be memories we'll take away with us which will last a lifetime. Name them all, you know. Lewis Gilboy's goal against York City, Connor's goal against North Shields, Niall's goal against Tring, you know, the 5. Niall's goal against Tring, 500 to 600 of us travelled all the way down. You know, this club is built upon the strong foundations of its fans. Without the supporters, we don't exist, we are nothing. And all I can say is I've been a Berkshire fan for nearly 40 years, and this group of individuals is the best fans in the world, so give yourself a round of applause. Now these fantastic. Again, the fans are important, but a group of people who play a massive. Again, the fans are important, but a group of people who play
playing a massive role in building our club up from scratch and ensuring we can play matches every Saturday and Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday, and Monday and Friday as well. These are our volunteers. You'll see various pictures of our volunteers on there. You know, these are a set of fantastic people. They go above and beyond the call of duty. They work late nights, you know, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Chris Savile's texting me, asking me to write my programme up. So, you know, you'll see the level of input that these people provide is better by nobody. And as we go into our next chapter of our existence, I'm hoping that everybody sat around this table who's a volunteer at our club will start to volunteer as we move back to Gig Lane. So again, the greatest and loudest round of applause for all of our volunteers. Thank you to a couple of people. You know, a couple of people who have been with us since the beginnings of the club. Firstly, our women's team manager, Jake Williams. He'll be moving on to pastures new. But we've got to thank Jake for absolutely everything he's done. Casey and I, down at Burnstein, interviewed Jake at Holcombe Brook School 2 years ago. I bet he wondered what he was getting himself into, but since that time, you know, Casey and I, Darren said Jake was the best person for the job. He's done it with a club. He's built a team of fantastic players which have won the league in 2 seasons. We've got the potential to go further and keep climbing up that women's football pyramid. So, just as a token about that. Sorry, I'm taking it there, but it's start again, Marshall. Start again. That's all right. Well, the final vote thanks is to the guys who've been involved in arranging this evening tonight. You will understand the level of effort that's gone into doing this. Mark Lomas has been running about for the last few months, and obviously Andy and Adam who've been involved. Dan Moriarty who's on the next. We've got Johnny in the corner. So absolutely huge, massive round of applause for each of them. And doing an auction for the benefit of Team 1 the charity. So hopefully give generously and detect that people don't appear to be as sure as they were this time last year, but hopefully we'll still giving money away to charity. But I'll leave it there. Thank you very much. I'll see you throughout the night and hopefully enjoy the rest of the evening. Right, thanks guys.
That's it from us two now, so thank you for putting up with this voice note. And we've now got the auction with Luke Christian and Mark Lomas. Thank you very much, Luke. I know for a fact that AFC is so proud of raising money not just for ourselves. It is really important that as part of our base and as part of the things that we do is to raise money for charities, whether that is for Ireland, whether that is for other charities that we have done. John mentioned earlier that we have raised around about £86,000 for different charities, for different things that are happening. So it's really important, and we thank you for everything that you do. So whilst thanking you, we're going to have actually ask you for some money, but that's going to be in the form of some auctions. Now, there was a former player of Bury FC that
Dave, can you come up please? Mr. Hunt.
Yeah, for me personally, is the best player I've personally ever seen, which was Danny Mayer. So we wanted to a gift, obviously, to T1C, and we're going to auction this off. And so I'm not sure whether we've had any blind bids. We've not had any blind bids, so
these are donated by Connor and Mick Brooks, well, Connor's here, but Mick Brooks isn't.
So, I'm kind of at the lapping thoughts of you. Is there anybody that wants to start off a opening bid for this? It's signed by Danny Mayer as well. So, 20. That's nothing, is it? Anybody else? Any more than £20? £50. Okay. Any advance on £50? Remember, it's Team 1C. Is that a bit then?
Relax.
60. £60, I'm sure somebody would be wanting.
John?
Dave's gone 70, so it's going to be have to be more.
Speak up, please.
£100.
£100.
Any advance of £100?
We have a further bid of 120 over here.
Okay.
Game on.
Any other bids?
120 over here. No. Slow down. Don't get any visitors.
Any other bids on 120? And a fantastic place. Actually, because I know it's supposed to get Johnny Mayer. Okay. What do you think? What do you think about Danny Mayer?
I think he was the best player to come for genuinely, when I watched him play football game,
What about Connor down here and Lewis?
Lewis is a sexy bastard, yeah. Okay, so I'm sure that there is people that would like to even up the bid from 120. Anybody in before we finish with that?
120 over here.
120. Any advance?
There's a bit further bid over here. 150. Thank you. 150 over there. I can't see who it is, but
Team 1-3 will be very happy with that. But is there any further bids?
Can you see your hand up again, please? Was that 160?
We'll get you to count down. So 3.
Going once.
Going twice.
Last bid. Sold to the gentleman over there. £150. Thank you.
Thank you for the win.
We'll have you running out if you will, please.
Thank you.
Thumbs up. What?
Thank you very much.
Is Mr. Welsh in the room? Andy? Mr. Welsh?
This is a photograph, obviously, of our football leader, and you've got to sign this for us as a memento. Now, not that we have said anything through it, but just got on with the type of a strong brand new, which is going to be unique in everything that we do. AFC is going to be in a different way next season. So, unique bits. Would anybody? 100 bid. Okay.
What's the bid look to it?
Very much. Anybody?
£100 from Sam Harmon.
Okay. Anybody would like to bid any more? Sam really wants us, I think.
£102.50 match this bidding. 110 back to Sam. Keep working as a team, you two. £110 from Sam Harman. 120 over here.
120. 130.
130.
140 this time.
Roar on. 100.
150.
Hands are done. You're on 150, Sam, over here. Anybody else?
Feel free to join in.
£150 to Sam. Going once.
Going twice. No.
That's all. Cheers, Sam. Thank you very much. Sam, can you come on, please? Round of applause for that, Sam, again, please. Thank you. She missed his speech before. She missed it. Cheers, Andy. Thank you very much.
Okay, okay, it is the 30-year anniversary shirt signed by some players along with Ray Roll.
I know my name's on school somewhere, but I'm not going to pick it.
Yeah, this is again donated by me and Colin Brook. All proceeds together with T1C. Okay, again, something that is, if you haven't got this, we will work on what we're going to be for. So, we have a bit of a, we need to hear people.
Bit of us, please. Thank you.
We'll take it as if you were talking that you were bidding. Dave already said that he was starting £50. Well worth that. Okay. I think actually I would go 60 on that one. 70. Any other answer?
£70 at the moment. On the floor. 75. Pounds 50. 75 over in the corner here, Mark Robotham.
80.
Oh.
Over this side.
It's going to be a long one. £85.25p.
People want to drink, really. So, any further bids?
It's £2.50 over here. You want the cash? Take a card off you. Give the pounds. What was, sorry? Who's looking in? There's another bit down here. Flipping around now. Somebody, sorry. 90. I'm not winning. £90 over there.
Anybody on this side? £90.
£90. Going once.
Going twice.
And sold to the lady over there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Stephanie, I believe.
Oh, it's right. I think she's giving you some spending money. Oh, you like to see you waving to Batman? So. Mr. Atkinson, Jack, can you go up to the stage, please?
We are not selling Jack. Okay.
Oh, by the way, it's on contract. Yeah, it's on contract.
This, I believe, is a sign. Okay. For the signed photo, oh, Natalie. £20 from Natalie.
Thank you, Natalie. Starts it off. £20. £50 over here to Sly Hanson.
£60 over this side.
60 on this side. 70 Simon Henson over in the corner there. Another member of our fundraising group. $75 there. 80 from Jane in the corner over here. Is it Jane? Hey, hi Jane. Can you take that drink off it, please? £81.50.
£90 over here to Natalie.
90 over here. 95. 95. Boom.
Right, listen here, yeah? Fucking John Atkinson bid 250 on this last year. So fucking crank it up.
You've been told. So.
Phil. How much that? What? One. £100. Right, so we're on £100 now. Go on, then. What's that? Don't be a shit, man. Anyone for 110? Hey, we got 110 in the corner. Bit in the white dress. 120. Who is it? Anyone? Who's that? Who's that? We got 120. MJ with 140. What? We need a 160 then, don't we? Just got 160 for last year. Yes. I need my sun cap on. 160 then. Who is it? 170. 160 on 175. Who's on 175? Alan Clark cap on.
So we're at 160.
Seriously, he's got a bit. 175 we're up to.
170 here for Natalie.
No, we said 175 here. Yeah. What are you over? 5 are we?
180. That's why we're not arguing.
185. Myself.
for Jack.
My own picture.
For his own signature. Okay.
Now Cummins.
Shut up.
190.
Oh, 190 for the lady at the back. 190.
Who's that? I've got to get me some copper.
Okay.
He looks good. Looks fine. Now Cummins on my mind. And he's wearing number 9. Now Cummins, you match 200. You'll make it back in the Isle of Man anyway.
Latest bid is 190. 190. Going once.
200 now Cummins if you want it.
James gonna go.
Flopper.
Going once. Going twice. And sold to the lady at the back there. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much.
Mr. Moore, Mr. Jimmy Moore. George, you in a minute. Amongst your other duties, can you come to the station? Right, first of all, we've got a starting bid on this at £150. No. I believe it's been sold, but I mean, yeah, okay. Right, okay. Right. Start at 150. Anybody? Going once, going twice, going finish out. Come on. Right, no, sorry. 150. Anybody advance on 150?
Remember, it's T1C will benefit immensely from this.
Ooh, 155. Just check his pockets. He's bid on everything and got down yet. 160. 160 already. No bidding over there. Somebody's combing her hair. No? Sue? Was that a bid then? I saw your hand up.
We both saw you.
£162.50. 165.
I want a drink.
Go on.
170.
Did somebody say something else then?
170.
170 at the back. Our media director. Only 180. It's 180 at the back here. Can you keep up, please? 180 here. Adam? 180.
185. 185. We heard that then.
Is the missus in the room? Whoa! 190.
190.
He stood down now. She's coming in out from back. She's coming in.
200.
She's gone back out again, you're alright. 200. 210. We're not going down, we're going up.
Latest bid 210.
I'm mean, the instructions in the right here. Going once.
Going twice.
Going 3 times. So, I'm going to tell you more when you get home.
Thank you very, very much.
20 quid a week. 20 quid a week, better than more.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Jimmy.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Okay.
You do realise and you know that what does your banking.
Before we finish, we've got one last launch.
Quiet, please. Go on, speak up, John.
So what we've got the blackout shirts. I think we'll have a round today. We're wearing the blackout shirts.
Please, you're a bit quiet, please. Thank you.
This one has come from Hope and Glory. We've got it signed by the whole squad, so it's a signed shirt, but it's the number 1 shirt. It's the
number 1.
From Hope and Glory.
Jack, where are you? Number 1.
We need Jack cut out with this one. So, it's the number 1 shirt. It's going to a great charity cause. So can we start the bidding at, I don't know, I'll start the bidding myself. I'll start it at £200. £200. Definitely limited edition. First, no. I can't see anybody too.
No, I
Okay. Would anybody advance on £200?
£200, anybody in the room?
210.
I'm only dealing in whole numbers now, come on.
£210. Any advance on 210?
210 over here in the corner.
Any advance on 210?
Baby's in the car.
220 this side. 220.
220 over on that side. Whole numbers, don't forget.
220 this side.
225. 225.
225 over that side. Any advance? Limited edition. First.
225.
230 this side. £230 this side.
Dentist time.
£230. Any advance?
240 over in the corner again. It's over to you.
240 that side.
Somebody out over there. Continue. 240.
We will see. 240.
240 over here.
240.
Sorry? Somebody shouting there.
250.
250. Hey! Quarter it way there.
250.
£250. You out, Mark? You out? 255, he's back in again.
£55. Okay. Not looking at any one or two people in particular over this side. But
as long as you don't say 286.
£250. Going once.
Sorry, how much is that? Hey, we got a bit more. £286. That deserves a round of applause, even if you don't get it. 90. Can you hold your hand up, please? Tom, 290. Have you got it now?
290.
290. Any advance on 290 over here? No. No.
And so we're going to go. Going once.
Going twice. Whoa! He's back in! There's one here, sorry, on going twice. £300 here! £300, thank you. Sorry, I didn't miss it. They should have gone and bombed me on the
So £300.
£300 over here. Anybody coming back in?
I know we all.
The 300.
So, we'll go going once.
I'm going twice. Over here now.
325 this side.
325.
325 this side.
330 pounds over here.
30 pounds. Okay. Any advance on 330? We will say.
There's a bit of excitement around here. I don't think anybody's got down into the pockets yet. Sorry.
Okay.
Go on, Matt. Over to you.
350 this side. 350 pounds this side.
We're having a think.
Limited.
We're having a think. 350 over here.
350 pounds. This seems to cheer everybody up. Going once.
We're having a go again. 355.
355.
We'll just repeat what this is for. This is Team 1C in memory of Isla Hutton.
Okay, fantastic charity. Lots of money is going to be raised and lots of people are going to be affected by your donations. Okay, number one in production. I love this shirt. I haven't got the number one shirt, but you could have. So, have we got any advanced bids from what we've got so far? Yes. 365.
365.
365.
365.
Okay, we're going to go going once.
Going once over there. And going twice. 375.
375. Okay.
It might just take another 5 or 2.
375. I know everybody wants to have a drink now and party, so.
Give me the opportunity. 375, going once.
400. This
400.
Definitely wants this. 400 pounds.
400 pounds.
Okay, so get limited edition. 400 pounds is a massive amount of money. Thank you.
Who's that? Who's that?
Sarah.
Oh, from the hilltop, she'll be shouting out.
So,
400 pounds.
And we're going to go once.
I'm going twice. Is that a bit, Mark? No, you've got your hand up. Right, going twice.
And sold.
400 pounds. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Come on, Sarah, please. Thank you very much, guys, for everybody getting involved in this auction for the Team 1C. We'll give the money out. Yeah. Right, one last thing, apart from the bottles on the tables, which is for Sam's gift, we're also selling tickets for Ricky Tomlinson night, which is on the 26th of May, £22 each, and Warren will be in with the tickets, please. We're nearly selling out. Well done, Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much for all.
Cheers, guys, and enjoy your night. Cheers. Thank you.